Hello, YouTubers. Raven. Hello,
Starfire.
Raven here. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. It's weird on my end every time now.
Yeah, it's like it refreshes each screen, so it'll start recording, and then it'll my screen will go off, and then it'll come back, and then yours will come back, and then
Yeah.
and then it'll start the recording. So.
See, you get both screens, don't you? I don't. I'm just looking at your icon for the entire conversation.
Okay, that's weird. Because I have my camera on. I'm seeing both of you. Both of us. I'm seeing both of us.
Yeah, no, I didn't see both of us last time either. I just stared at your icon, pretending that it was you talking to me.
Is the icon doing this like I'm talking?
No.
That's
No,
weird.
it's just the icon picture that you have.
Maybe, but before it starts recording, you can see me, right?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
recording. Like when we turn it off, I don't I see you again.
Okay, that's weird. Maybe it's like that for the other person. I don't know.
Yeah, it is odd.
But it records it this way with both of us. So as long as it shows both of us, it's fine.
Yeah. It's just annoying and odd and strange that I can't talk with you face to face.
Is there a way to on your end turn the camera on for me?
No. Okay. No. Hold on, wait. Allow incoming video. Let's see. Nope, that didn't do anything. So I'll just turn it back.
Okay.
Anything up. Okay.
All right. Well, we are reviewing The Flash season 9, episode 7, Wildest Dreams.
Yas. I thought it was. We're also doing the one before it too.
Yeah, the good, the bad, and the lucky.
Yes. Let's see. Episode 6 was it was okay. It wasn't exactly. I mean, it was great for Cecile.
Yeah.
It was a good Cecile episode. She was doubting herself because she felt like she wasn't a good mom, and
yeah, I mean, it was fine.
Yeah.
That was 2 weeks ago, so I don't really remember it.
See, we had the good luck chick and her diamond ring. I think it was diamond ring. Her engagement ring had a device in it because her fiance's brother wanted to pull a get rich scheme so that he could pay off his loan sharks. Flipped her good luck around, and whoever was around her got her good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, it bounced off in a general direction, so it wasn't always the good guys who got the good luck.
Sometimes good guys finish first. No, I'm kidding.
But it was a pretty decent episode.
This episode or episode 6?
Episode 6. It had Cecile and Alex and my
Yeah, so episode 6 aired on March 15th, and this episode aired March 29th. So it was literally been
freaking blanking on her name.
Whose name? Mia?
No, from episode 6.
Oh.
She's in
can't help you.
My mind can't remember Chester's girlfriend's name.
Allegra.
Yes. Allergy medicine.
Chalegra.
I know. I don't know why my mind was just it starts with an A. That's all you can remember for right now.
Think of the allergy medicine.
Yeah. I knew I would feel stupid, and I do feel stupid. So
No, it's all right.
It was a good episode, like with them. They partnered up that episode, Allegra and Cecile. Um and Cecile's powers were on the fritz because she wasn't trusting and believing in herself that she could do things, because she felt like she was failing at home because she was late for her. She wasn't able to do her daughter's morning breakfast for her birthday that she was that she had promised that she would do, and it was like an annual thing that they did together or something like that. And she missed 1 year, and she was like beating herself up. It's like, you can make the breakfast. It doesn't have to be on her birthday.
Yeah.
You know? Like, when she's older, she's gonna have to work on her birthday sometimes. She ain't gonna be able to make it birthday day. Like, I don't know, because she's like, what, 5 or 6 right now? It's like really important to her to do that. I'm sure I would feel the same if I had kids, but I don't. So I'm like, okay. But like, I can understand where she's coming from with that. But she was sleeping in her office because she didn't like how quiet the house was. And at the end of it, she invited Keon to come live with her. Yep. So Keon's living at the West house with Lucille. Yep. I totally forgot about that, so it was kind of odd seeing her in the house in the end of this episode. I was like, what? And I was like, oh, that's why she was expecting a guest.
Yeah.
Because she has her own life within the house. That took me a minute. But yeah. That was essentially everything that happened in the previous episode. I mean,
it was kind of more of a filler episode.
It was, but they brought up some not characters in this episode that were from last week. Not last week, but the previous week. When she mentioned like Bob and someone else, it's the trees that she brought in with her and Chester brought in to the to Star Labs. Yeah, and she names her trees. And she talks to them.
Hey, lots of people talk to plants. Plants are living, so.
Yeah. So yeah, it's that was basically that episode. I don't really think anything actually important happened.
Yeah. And then we have this episode.
Yes.
Nia Doll.
Yeah. I mean, this episode kind of felt like filler as well. But I mean, it was a good episode though. I love me some Nia Doll.
Yeah, me too. I just miss her and Brainy.
Right? And then at the end, she's like, "You're making me miss Brady." I was like, "Oh, me too."
Like, I miss my cuties. I miss Brady and Nia.
Yeah. I miss, like, I did not imagine that out of, like, the superhero shows that are already over, that I would say that if you asked me while they were all on, I would not say that I would miss Supergirl the most. Like, I would not imagine that I would say that. But, like,
I think I miss Legends the most.
I miss the good days of Legends the most.
Yeah, I miss the good days of Legends too. I just miss the fact that we're never going to see Sarah and Ava be parents.
Right? Like, why don't they make a freaking
Like,
guest
they
appearance?
freaking took that from us. We are never going to see Ava and Sarah be parents.
Yeah.
And that is, like, the worst thing about that show being canceled.
Yeah. That's what I look forward to the most, was seeing that. Like, you tell us that she's pregnant and then you cancel the show. You're just a bunch of bitches.
Well, it's not the writer's fault that they canceled it. It was the
I
studio.
know,
But still.
but I'm angry.
But the writers could have, you know, in the wake of a potential cancellation, could have written it a little bit differently, so at least it wouldn't have ended on a cliffhanger and we would have had some resolution. But instead, it just got canceled and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
At least The Flash is going to get an ending.
Right.
That.
I like. So, with the way everything ended and the type of Legends we were getting there for the last season and a half, I have to say that the way it was going, Legends was not going to continue to be my favorite show.
Well, yeah, it wasn't going to be mine either. The Flash has always been the one that I like the best. Even during its crappy seasons, it's always been the one that I've looked forward to seeing the most of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
For me, it's always been about the Flash.
Yeah, for me it was just Legends because I needed laughter because I was.
I mean, yeah, Legends was fun too, and I
so
did
Legends
play Legends when it was in its like prime. But
right.
and it was that comic relief that we needed. Yes. But the Flash had some humor too, and so it was.
Does, but it's more like a
serious all the time.
It's more like a dramedy.
Yeah, I mean, when Cisco left, that kind of sucked
the comedy died.
He was the comedy of the Flash, and so when
they're trying Chester, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, well, because Chester's awkward.
Yeah.
Cisco was just Cisco. He was just himself, and he just was so into pop culture that like he would just say all the references, and it was great. Not that Chester doesn't say stuff either, but like, or say stuff too, but it's just different.
It comes across different.
But yeah, like
the same thing said the same way by Cisco would come across funny as crap. But then the same thing said in the same way by Chester is like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, Legends was good when it was good, and it was funny, and I looked forward to Legends too, but The Flash was always the one I would get most excited about, and I would like look forward to the new season, and I would be excited about getting, you know, scenes with Barry and Iris and like all that kind of stuff.
Next week's episode would have been amazing to bring in like the Legends crew because they're stuck in time. So you have like this overly pregnant Sarah waddling around, and that'd be hella funny.
I'm just loving Iris's hair.
Yes.
Because I know that you texted that to me when you were watching episode 6. When we first see her hair like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I liked the fact that in this episode Iris was like worried about things happening so fast and not really having control over, you know, the way that her path was going. And so that's why like all of these things were happening with her and Nia, because like,
well, she's worried about how her future is going because she feels like preordained and she wants to make it goes.
Exactly. And so you know, because this article she's going to publish is the one that's going to win the Pulitzer, and it's like she didn't think it was going to happen this soon, and like she didn't think she was going to get pregnant this soon, and like all these things are happening, and so you know, it's like she doesn't have control. So like she's trying to gain control and Nia's trying to lose control. And so it's like this opposite thing where Nia just needs to let go and realize that all of this stuff that's happening is to show her, is to guide her. And like, you know, now that she knows that, she can get the training and the mentorship from the original dreamer like she's been wanting to have.
Yeah.
And Iris
wanting mentorship since day one. I'm so glad she gets it now.
Yeah. And then with Iris, it's just, you know, kind of just being comfortable with it, I guess, and just, you know,
like realizing that it's not destiny that preordained that this is going to be the Pulitzer winning article for her. It's the fact that she became a journalist because she wanted to be a journalist, and she's put in the hours and she's done the dedication and she's done all of this stuff, and it's the Pulitzer because it's what she deserves.
Yeah.
Not because it's what's written for the future.
Right.
Yeah. And like, can I say, I'm just so happy that Nia gets to progress her powers without there being some world-ending catastrophe going on. Because it seems like every time like in Supergirl, the only time she ever got power progression was when there was some event that needed her to progress in her powers, instead of just like, you know what, I feel like working on myself today.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, but like that was like one of my things. I never mentioned it, but I was always like, can these people not progress their powers unless it's desperately needed? Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's a thing. It's like Barry worked on focusing his speed because he just wanted to run and save people. He wasn't focusing on how many he saved. You know, he was just like, I'm going to try my best. Right? At the beginning.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to learn new things. He was trying to relearn how to run.
Right.
You know, and that was because he was working on himself. And when he was finally able to do that, he started saving people.
Saving people, hunting things, the family business.
Yeah.
Still haven't watched Winchesters.
Nope.
I think it should just be something that we watch and not review, because like I would rather just see it and be like, all right, I've watched it, like, you know, it's fine. I don't really want to talk about it. I'd rather just watch it.
Yeah. Same. But like, I mean, the fact that she's been searching and trying to grow her powers, and like it's not something that's desperately needed, like I am so happy for her. Like,
yeah.
The fact that there's no pressure on it, she's just doing it because she wants to progress.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's how it should be. Like, it shouldn't always be there's some world-ending event and you need to like level up or else.
Yeah.
You know. Basically, like the title of one of the RPG books that I read, level up or die. Like, I mean, get stronger or die. Like, but out of like everyone's powers, hers is really the only one that needed to be trained and honed because everybody else knew what they were doing. You know, generally speaking. And all Kara had to do was figure out how to fight, which she did. She trained with Alex like every day or something.
Yeah.
So all that hard for her to learn, you know. So But yeah, I'm glad there was no pressure this time. I mean, until the end, when they thought they were gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for her. She
Mm-hmm.
deserves to be able to, like,
Yeah.
more. And
Now I'm just angry that we don't get to see the evolution.
yeah.
Like, I want to know what the other side looks like for Nia. I want to know what the training looks like. I mean, I'm sure that
People will probably write fanfic about it.
Yeah. But, like, I mean,
that's what all of that stuff is for.
Even if there's an amazing fanfic about it, we don't know how the character of the first dreamer would react to things, how she would train her, because we don't know the character, like, at all.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that's what I'm... Like, that's what I really want, is I want Supergirl to be on so that we could get, like, maybe one training montage of her teaching Nia.
Dun, and, like, dun, dun, dun.
And then, like, Nia just kicking butt and taking names and, like, honing and using her new abilities. I want to see what her new abilities look like. Like, what does it look like to level up as a dreamer? Like, what kind of new things can she do with dream energy? Can she fly now by using dream energy? Like, what are the possibilities for her? I need to know these things. Like,
yeah.
Ugh. And I still really need to know how Dreamer's gonna have kids.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Brainy said, your children. And I'm like, how is that possible? How does that work? Like, I needed answers and we never got them, and now I need more answers and we'll never get them. So I'm aggravated.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It sucks that some of these shows ended the way that they did without really getting some of that.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
And then the stuff with Khione,
yeah.
Khione and Mark.
Yeah. I don't think that he would have acted that way if he didn't have the dream. I mean, like, he still had it in him, but I don't think he would have ignored everything she wanted to do. I don't think he would have pushed her so hard on that day of hanging out, if he didn't have the dream.
Yeah, excuse me.
Like, he would have pushed her a little bit, but I think he would have let it go if he didn't have that dream. And frankly, I don't think he would have invited her on a day trip if he didn't have that dream. He would have said, oh, okay, cool, you guys have fun training, and he would have left.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that he had the dream and he had that horrible day with her so that he could come to the realization of where he's at and leave to take care of himself. Like, remember day one of Mark? Like, the episode he first appears, like, I don't. But the point being, he was a thief and he was a bad guy and then he was in jail, prison, whatever you want to call it, and crushed on Frost and only turned good because she wanted him to be good, right? And now he's a good person because he's a good person.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and he wants to honor the memory of Frost. And I'm like, okay, awesome. Let's do that. Let's stay on the good side. Like, you have it in you. I believe in you, man. You know? And then it's like, okay, he can be a good guy, but he's gonna be tempted. Like, and I think when he was tempted, it was more so that he was hurt over everything than he wanted to actually be evil.
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm just like, where he was and where he is now, that he's able to step back and go, I need to go take care of myself. I need to go on a trip and walk through this, get over it, go through it, whatever needs to happen. I need to go deal with this. And like, just taking ownership of that, like, that's major character growth for him, and I am proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how she froze everything at the table.
Right? I don't remember, like, the only thing I remember with her and freezing stuff was when she woke Mark up from his comatose state.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I'm confused on why they're not just freaking out in general that she showed
I think
power.
because she's been like working on her powers, because she does have powers.
But
so.
They don't know what, like, even in the episode where it said we're going to find out what your powers are, they never found out what her powers were.
Oh.
This is the first time since she woke Mark up that she has demonstrated any amount of powers, anything. Like, at all, period. She has not demonstrated anything except for the moment that she woke Mark up, and no one was around to see it. So I'm like, yes, she's sad, so let's all comfort her, but let's take a moment and realize she just froze the entire table.
Yeah, she did.
Like, their reactions were not ideal.
Yeah.
I would have expected more from that.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it looked a lot different than when Frost used Frost abilities. It did look a lot different. It looked more like sleet, like snow,
Mm-hmm.
than
like ice.
Right, like yeah. So I'm just like, okay, so it's different. It's a different type of ice ability.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but is that the only ability she has? Because I think she's more in touch with nature than anything, and I think she should, like, I want her to be a force.
You want her to be a what?
A force.
A force?
Yeah, like the speed force, the slow force.
The force.
Well, I don't want her to be the force. I want her to be like force of nature, like nature force.
I know. I'm just messing around.
Girl, I swear, if I was back there, I would just like, bam.
Why?
Because you're playing with me.
You can play with me, but I can't play with you. What the heck?
I don't know. I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
Kidding. Duh.
I know.
Oh. Well, Yeah. That's my thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Do you have any opposing or other things to add on to?
Not really. I mean, like, it's what you said is true. Like, um, yeah, like, I don't know what we're gonna see more. Like, I don't know. It's just like they kind of came on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, it's not like we didn't think that she would have similar powers.
Right.
So I think that that's normal for her to have that kind of ability.
Yeah.
But
Mm. I don't know. I think I just having the dinner at the West home felt so different because Joe wasn't there.
yeah.
Like, who was that extra seat for? There's an extra seat on Keon's left, her immediate left, that was set, but there was no one else there.
So after episode 9, so episode 9 is called It's My Party and I'll Die If I Want to. And then 10, 11, 12, and 13 are A New World Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and Part 4.
Wow. Okay.
So the last 4 episodes are all connected. The 4-part finale.
Oh boy. It doesn't feel.
I don't want it to end.
Neither do I. It really doesn't seem real. Like, how is it over? You know?
I can't. Like,
Yeah. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself when the Flash is over.
I know.
It'll be an TV that I look forward to.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be other shows that you can watch or that you'll look forward to.
Right. But, like, I haven't found anything recently that I enjoy watching to the extent that I've enjoyed most of the
sometime
CW.
this year we're going to get more Doctor Who.
Yes. Yes. But, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, besides Doctor Who, I'm not really going to get anything else. Unless some miracle happens and a TV show comes on that I'm totally enthralled with. The Outpost ended too soon.
It did.
When Earth ended. Like...
I know, not Earth, yeah. Oh my gosh, so... in the 4th John Wick movie, one of the new characters is Dolls from Winona.
Oh, cool.
Because, like, he looked familiar, and I looked up his name, and it said he was Dolls, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Dolls! Like,
that's great.
Yeah, because, like, Kelly Clarkson on her show had the cast on there, and so, like, he was talking on it, and I'm like, he looks really familiar. And so then I went to his IMDb, and it said he was in that, and I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, so, I mean, there's been a few things I've been watching that have been good, and there's this new show that's going to be on Paramount Plus that's like a prequel to Grease. It's about the rise of the Pink Ladies, so I'm excited about that. It's coming out next week on there. And then I've just been watching Star Trek Picard and like the last season of Star Trek Picard and
I am so far behind on Discovery. I need to get back on that.
You have a lot of time to get caught up on it.
Is it over or is it still going?
Well, season 5 has already been filmed and it was supposed to, I think, premiere later this year, but they moved it to be next year because they announced that that's going to be the end. So basically they kind of, since they already filmed the season, they kind of have to go back and like change some things because it wasn't planned to be ended with that season. Right. So they were planning on having it be more, I think. And so it kind of just abruptly ended or was announced that it was canceled.
Well, at least they're giving them the opportunity to go back and fix it. And they're not just going to be like, well, this is the season you get.
Yeah. There were a lot of people that were not happy about that news.
Well, yeah, it's a great show.
But I like Discovery, but for me, I actually like Lower Decks and Strange New Worlds a little more of the newer shows. I mean, I did like certain seasons of Discovery, but season 4 was all right. 3 was good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wasn't as invested in it this last season as I was some of the other new Star Trek shows. Because I mean, Star Trek season 3 of Picard is basically season 8 of Next Generation because they brought back the Next Gen cast for the last season of Picard. So it's basically the season 8 of Next Generation that everybody's wanted.
That's great.
Yeah.
They need to get going on tying up loose ends with Enterprise.
We'll see if that ever happens or not.
Right.
I mean, I need to watch Enterprise. I'm still watching Deep Space Nine, but when I finish Deep Space Nine, I'll watch Enterprise.
You've been saying that for years.
Well, at least I finished shows.
That's true. You got me there.
You still haven't finished Fringe. And that's on streaming. So you can watch that and finish it.
I have like, what, 3 episodes?
I don't know. Did you even watch any of season 5?
Yeah. It's why I stopped. I was like,
you got 3 more episodes and then you'll be done and you don't have to watch it again. Like, come on.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Broyles on there, Lance Reddick, he recently died. And it was really sad.
know. I saw that.
He died on St. Patrick's Day.
Oof. I didn't pay attention to what day it was when he died. That sucks.
And he was in John Wick Chapter 4 too, so like when Kelly had the cast on her show, like they had recorded that before he had passed away. So like at the beginning of the episode, they had like pictures and like a memory thing for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
After this week, we'll only have 5 more episodes of The Flash.
That's so weird.
So after this week, we can try to get episode 8 done like this weekend again if you want to, and then it'll be off for 3 weeks. So it won't be back until April 26th after this week's episode.
It's such a long time. Any time without the Flash is a long time.
I know. But everything must come to an end eventually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the shows that I've been watching have been ending. This Is Us ended last year, and
it's like the season of endings again. It feels like we just had one.
yeah. I mean, The Goldbergs is ending, The Flash is ending. Yeah.
It's
But The Goldbergs has been on for 10 years, so
yeah.
that's a long time for a sitcom nowadays.
Yeah. Okay. Well, is there anything else you wanted to say?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I think it was a good episode, and I liked seeing Mia again.
Yes, I loved seeing that.
I'm interested to see what's going to happen in Wednesday's episode.
Right.
I'm stuck in time.
Yeah.
So.
Don't want them to be erased from existence.
His head's gone. It's like he's been erased. Erased from existence.
Okay. Well,
I guess. Until next time, keep believing in the impossible.